Hello, welcome to my video. Let's talk about good things. Let's talk about life. Hey, I got my coffee. I come back home to talk to you wonderful people because I enjoy talking to you. And I hope you're having a good day. And listen, let's all just get away from the news and, you can watch the news just like I do. I mean, we all get worked up, get mad about it. But hey, let's talk about living. I want to talk to you about something. I was thinking about it the very early hours of this morning. I get up and I pray and everything. I'm through the early hours of the morning. And, okay, baby. Darling wants to get in here and say hello to everybody. He heard me talking, so here he comes. This is my rescue kitty. Let's talk about good things. Let's talk about kitties. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about living. Yeah, he's a good boy. Yes, he is. He's a good one. I always tell him he's a good one. See his socks and his gloves on his little hands? See, cats have hands. They don't have paws. Dogs have paws. There's a difference between a feline and a canine. And I try to tell people this, but everybody thinks, no, they all got paws. No, they don't have paws. Doggies have paws. Kitty cats have hands like we do. Check them out, feel of them, and you'll find out. And their little feet, they're just like our feet. The Lord kind of gave them I always tell them that the Lord gave them rabbit feet. But if you'll feel their feet and check it out, it's just like ours. I mean, it's amazing. And they're so intelligent, and they're so good. And they sure make you happy. And that's what we want, isn't it? We all want to be happy, don't we? Yes, we do. You know you do. Don't you be sad. I want you people to be happy and be glad. But I want to talk to you about something what I was thinking about. It just came to me last night. What happened? Do you remember when you were in school and you had your room and that was your little world and you would do your studying and everything in there and you would listen to different records? We had record players that were vinyl. You youngins out there, that young people that never had a phonograph, was what we called them, a record player. We had record players. We would play our little records and listen to them, or we would listen to our little transistor AM radio. Remember? Mine was set to KLIF 1190 AM. We didn't have FM. We had AM back then. But we also had the rotary telephones, remember? Remember those? And, everything was going so fine. Everything looked so good. And we were so, we had a future. And man, things were going great. And all of a sudden, the Beatles came on the scene. And we started hearing different sounds on guitars. And like me and my band, we developed, that they come out with a reverb. So we developed that into our, we included that in our amps. And then they came out with a fuzz. And boy, that was a weird thing. We kind of looked at each other. Of course, my lead guitarist, he was all over it. And he was an excellent player. David Ream, he was a fantastic lead guitarist. And Blue Stark was my bass guitarist. And Blue was wonderful. And my drummer, Mike Clark, he had a weight problem and he was covered with freckles. He had freckles all over him. And he kept getting fatter and fatter and fatter. He's kind of like Pete Best. We were going to get rid of him, but him and my lead guitarist got into drugs together and they started calling me Bubblegum. And the next thing I know, we all parted ways. They went to prison. They went to the Ferguson unit down in Houston, Texas. And I went down to Loup County Jail, the Justice Center down in downtown Dallas. I rode a bus downtown Dallas and I went in there and looked at them and we said our goodbyes and I left and I haven't seen them since. And that was, oh Lord, 1971, I think it was. It was the end of the beats. It was over with. But, what happened to those days? It just seems like they were just here. And now all of a sudden, here I am in my 70s. And you look around, you think, wow, what happened? Where did everybody go? I mean, so many people that I knew and cherished as a good friend, a close friend, they're all dead. They're no longer here. But there's good things about living. We have to go through things. And we sure hate seeing it all go. I mean, it's doors that close on our lives. All of a sudden the 1960s the 1950s were gone. And then all of a sudden, the 1960s, it went by so fast. To me, the 1960s were a literal blur in my life. If I've ever seen a blur in my lifetime looking back, I would have to say it was the 1960s. How about you? Well, hey, listen, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video. And you have a good day, and you talk about living, you talk about life, and you enjoy yourself. There's enough bad stuff happening in the world. We don't need to dwell on that. You know it. Hey, you have a good day, and I'll see you later. Goodbye from Texas.